Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today we will solve a new problem which is reverse nodes in K group. It's problem number 25. It is of hard level and it's really hard. It's kinda not hard but it's also hard. It's difficult to understand the solution because it have so many pointers. Anyway, what's given is a node list like this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we also given k, like in this example is 2, and it's required from us to reverse k number of nodes every time. So 2 nodes reverse it, another 2 nodes reverse it, and another 2 nodes reverse it, and so on. So here we will reverse 1, 2 to become 2 and 1, reverse 3 and 4 to become 4 and 3, and then we have only one node left. It's less than k, so we don't reverse it, we just attach it here. If k is a 3, so 1, 2, 3 will become 3, 2, 1, and these two nodes remain as it is, so it will be 4, 5. In this example is 2. So I think the question is clear now, but after we do the reversing, it should be connected. I mean, after we reverse 1 and 2, 1 will become here, and reverse 3 and 4, 4 will become here. We will connect 1 to 4. So this will transfer to this. It will connect 1 to 4 and 2 to the 1. And the before here at start, it's dummy. I will create dummy node at start, so I can retain dummy.next at the end. But this is before the group that we want to reverse. In this example, at the start the before is dummy, but later when we try to reverse the second group, the before will become this one. And we also need to connect before to this to 2. So dummy, it will be connected to 2 as you see here, and 1 it will be connected to 4 as you see here. Anyway, it's really, you need to watch the video more than one times to be much clearer for you. But in the transition, in the operation of reversing the whole solution, for example, we will reverse only this one. So what we do, we will have this solution. We will have this solution here, as you see here. Okay, this solution is intermediate level. Dummy will be connected to 2, 2 connected to 1, this is correct. But first 1 will be connected to 3. Later, when we reverse this, we will reconnect 1 to 4, like this. Why we do that? First, we have to connect 1 to 3, because at this point, we don't know how many nodes there are here. Is there 2 or more, or less than 2? So we don't know, because as you see here, we connect 3 to 5, and later we will check 5 is the last node, we don't have another node, and we return the result. But if we find there's another node here, we will swipe 6 become here and 5 here, and reconnect 3 to 6. So this is an explanation of the question and how theoretically, or in graph, how we solve it. But in the code, how we write the code and solve it. Okay, I will write the code with you, and hopefully it will be clear. It's really so many pointers and it gets messed up, and even for me, like I wrote the code 3 days ago, and when I read it again today, I get confused. Even I did wrote the code, but I get confused. So let's go to Jupyter Lab and write the code. Okay, so this is our function first. If k equal 1, then we are reversing the node itself. So there's not much reversing really. So we just return head, return as it is. But also if not head, then if we are given an empty node list, then we return none, because there's nothing. Now we create dummy. Dummy, I will create first dummy, give it value 0, anything. I'm pointing it to the head, to the start. But also I will create before, which as explained before, it's before the group that we want to reverse. At start it will be equal to dummy, but later it will be changed. At start it started like dummy, But if you remember, later the node 1 that will be reversed and become second node, it will be become before for the node 3 and 4. We have the second group 3 and 4. The node that have value 1 will become the before. Anyway, you can refer back to the picture and understand what I am trying to say here. So we are doing a while true loop, and we will exit the loop when we have no more nodes to reverse. So previous, let's say it's equal to head. Before temporary, because this before, every time we will do some operation, and later this before will become another value that will be before. So start it will be dummy, but later before TMP, let's say, will be the current head that is node number 1 that will be reversed and become node number 2 will be second place. We will put this head in the before temp variable, because the node that have value now number 1, that will be second node, it will be considered the before for the second group that we are trying to reverse. So I store it here and then update before to have this value. Anyway, let's continue. I'll start a counter equals 0. Why I'm doing that? While count is less than 2, not less than 2, less than k. In the example is 2, but actually it's k. When it's less than k, so we check the head we check the head, is it exist or not? Okay, so we check the head and we say if head, if not head, okay, we return the solution. I will explain now. I'll return, okay. But what I'm trying to do here is like we are picking a new group, like could be group of 2 or 3 or 4. So I will do a counter and I will increase counter by 1 every time. And and I will update head to be, let me update it first. Head, it will be head dot next. So every counter starting from 0, we do head dot next, and then return here, k will become 1, we do head dot next, and so on. But if we reach head is null before we reach the k, is the count is k, so like 2 or 3. If we reach the k, we will exit the while and we continue our code, and everything will work fine and do reversing and everything. But if we are not, if we did not reach to the k, which is 2 or 3 or 4, and we have no more nodes, then that's it. We cannot do any more reverse, because we did all the necessary reverse, and we are at the point we can return the results. And the results start from dummy.next. I create a dummy and connect it to the node list, so the results is in the dummy.next. So let's continue this part. It's only left count plus equal 1. So what I mean, this block, this is the job to check if actually it have two functions. First, to check if we don't have enough nodes to reverse, so we will return the results, or if we have enough nodes to return the head, it will be in the correct position to continue working in our code. Will be the last node in the group, or like that. Okay, so let's say current node equal previous node dot next, and previous dot next will make it equal to head. Okay, while current node does not equal the head here. Okay, where's the previous? Previous is head. Now it will start with 1. Okay, so, and later it will be 2, and previous dot next equal head, which is also the first node. Anyway, it's confusing. No, not the first node, the last node. Okay, So while we are not at the last node, while we are not at the k group, let's say it could be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, while we are not at the end of k group, we have node like could be our group of 4 numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to reverse the pointer of 1, we need to reverse the pointer of 2, we need to reverse the pointer of 3, we need to reverse the pointer of 4. So the pointer of 1, it was pointing to the right side, now it will point to the left side. The pointer 2, it was pointing to the right side, now it will point to the left side, and so on. Pointer, the value 3, node 3, it was pointing to the right side, now it will point to the left side, till we reach to the last node, and then we will exit this while loop. So here we will do the reversing for the group. For the group could be K4, so reversing of 4 nodes. If K is 7, reversing of 7 nodes. So we say temp, we do a temporary variable current node dot next. Then current node dot next will equal previous, and the previous will equal current node. This is reversing, actually this is just reversing, and current node will equal to the temp, and here before dot next will equal to previous, and before, as I told you before, will equal to the before temp. So the before temp, which was head, it will become before, and we will repeat the while true, and we update, and we store another temp variable for new before, and we check if it's the last group or not. If it's last group, we return the results. If it's not the last group, we do reversing for the current group, and so on. So let me test it here. I have a feeling it's working. I really have a feeling I make a mistake here. So let me copy the code and go to the Leetcode website and check the code. So I pasted the code here. Let's submit. I tested it before, but let's test it again. Actually, before it says 100%, now it's 31. But this is not an issue because, you know, if we submit again, let's see what it was. Yeah, it says 100%. So, and 86%, the memory beats 86% of the other codes. So I know it's, you need, even for me, I read it many times, and it's so many pointers, and the problem itself is easy to understand, but the implementation is kind of confused someone to write it, because this pointer pointed to this and this to this. So I hope I helped a little bit for you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.